Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Worldology. Today's video, we're going to talk about the new season of Battlefield, right? So, it's a lot of different things that people was talking about in this new season. There's a lot of things that was positive, that was negative, and I'm going to talk about a few things in here that I noticed for my POV and my personal preference in this season that I liked in Battlefield. So first, we all know Red Sec came out. Red Sec is a battle royale in Battlefield. All right. And I played a little bit in the stream, a little bit, at the end. And I actually really liked the BR. I just am a solo player, and it's actually really, really hard for a solo player to be in a BR. And also, personally, I do not like BRs that much. I already had my history with BRs. And, I'm not necessarily the best with BRs anymore. So, yeah, it's just like, mm. But still, the BR is still a good game mode. Still good for BR. There was, different topics on if vehicles is good for, the BR and stuff. And yeah, I can say it's a mixed feeling. If there's, a experienced veteran, a pro competitive tank player on a BR, then yeah, I can be like, oh man, remove that, bro, because I do not want to. But yeah, there was a tank guy in the stream, and he wasn't really that good, and it's just it's a different, it's iffy. It's iffy. I don't really think vehicles should necessarily be removed because obviously it's something more creative. People don't like stuff more creative if something is too hard to be defeated, right? Because, but yeah, of course. Again, having like a tank at the end of the game, yeah, that's a pretty bad thing to have in, Battle Royale because obviously, people is going to be at like low HP or some type of stuff like that. You do not want no tanks in like the final circle when it's like literally like 5 feet apart from from the enemy. Yeah, I don't think that's good. But I do think that some forms of vehicles or anything pertaining to transportation should be used in Battlefield because obviously Battlefield has literally the slowest movement in any FPS franchise except for, the Milsim games, like Escape for Tarkov, all those games that you be, playing and all that, right? So, my next topic for this season is the map in the background. What is this map called? Dang. I actually forgot what this map called. Oh man. Blackfields, right, right. Blackfields. In my opinion, on Breakthrough, because, by the time it is recording, I haven't necessarily tried Conquest on this map. I did see a little bit of how Conquest could be played out, and I'm gonna give my thoughts on that. So on Breakthrough, I actually really like the map because if you know how the map is played out, then yeah, you will like the map. But also, attack on this map is actually way, not necessarily way better, but it is more of an advantage, I will say. But again, I'm gonna go to the main idea that I had in my head that I said a few times is that this map is very similar to the hardline map called Woods, or the dark version of Woods in hardline is Night Woods, right? So th- that map literally resembles this map in the background a little bit, and that's why I kind of like this map because yes, it is a very, very irritating open map for like a lot of snipers and DMRs that I got hit in the background. But it's also like one of those maps that you have to like pay attention to all the ghosts on the outside and then see if you can strategize your way into the, you know, into the points. And it's very different. And, obviously there's going to be more people playing this map and more annoying type of creatures. The one under the ground that was like a little rat hole. And, I got him out the way. But obviously it's going to be a lot of different people playing this map, of course, right? But still, in my personal opinion, I do like the defense a little bit. I might like it more depending on how much more I play this map, but I do really like the attack on this map. And yeah, it can be a little difficult, and I see the reason why that a lot of people are annoyed. And I even said before this map was out that I was going to be annoyed at this map because I played a map that was very similar to this map, which was again woods or night woods. So, and is in one of my previous, videos if you want to go deep down and, find one of those montages or whatever I made, moments, whatever, for that video. So, my next topic is the content, like not the yeah, the content bugs. So again, we received an article of, all the bugs that was changed and everything that was fixed. And obviously, I don't know why, but I do not see any changes. The only changes I actually feel is the game responding faster. But obviously there are movement binds that doesn't work. You know, we were supposed to have like the spot animation, when you point your finger at the soldier when you press Q, right? So we can have easier spotting. And it's also again the niche of Battlefield, and I actually like the animation because we need animations in this game. Animations, right? Who don't love animations? So there are a lot of things that I noticed that wasn't patched or put in the patch in this current, I guess patch form of Battlefield. And I don't know if it's going to come, throughout the time. I did say that I feel like it's going to come throughout the time, October, November, December, all of those times that, you know that the season 1 content drops, right? I did say that. Do I necessarily know? No, I'm not a EA creator, but obviously I do have my thoughts and my, I guess you can say, prediction, rumor, whatever, for the how how many patches can come in this current moment, because obviously it was 200 plus changes, so it can be quite a time to be able to have all those changes in that one little, package, because it was like 6 gigabytes. Didn't necessarily know how many gigabytes I had because, obviously it started downloaded before I was even able to look at the dang screen, right? So yeah, there are also another thing that I want to address for Battlefield is the BR, the Battle Pass. The Battle Pass looks good, but it's also the thing with the skins. The skins, I'm not going to talk too much about the skins. In my opinion, they don't look too bad. They don't look too rough. They look like military skins. I don't really necessarily know the the too much of a dissatisfaction of it. Like that one blue skin I pointed out in my stream, that looks like a naval warfare skin. If somebody, if we just had all black outfits for naval warfare, then what's the point of having naval warfare if you can't camouflage in the water? And obviously, we probably need those type of outfits anyway. Because if we want to swim with the slowest movement speed in Battlefield, man, cry me a river, bruh. I rather have those skins than have just all dark skins. I really rather have that. So yeah, that is practically you know, practically all I want to say for this video. The battle pass is still kind of confusing. Like I think the UI kind of needs to change a little because it's a lot of different things and stuff like that. And it's also a lot of game modes. Again, I'm not going to go too much in debt, but it's also a really, really good start to a season, in my opinion. It's not too bad, but you will see why I like, again, even in the middle sector, this sector right here is like an attack to see who has the better ghost team, if you get what I mean. And you'll see in a the more people play this map who has the better outside ghost team. So yeah, in my opinion, I think I like this, first drop. It's a lot of stuff that we did not get, which was, changes to a lot of the movement. Yes, the movement do feel smoother and it does feel way better, but it's also not changed. Like again, audio, input, spotting, anything that pertains to some little details of Battlefield is not in the game. And yes, those little details count because those little details can go a real far way with, even the casual player's gameplay and not necessarily my gameplay or other, better people or whatever than you. Yeah, than you. So yeah, good season, good start. Just have a lot more to work on. That's all I want to say for this video. Hope you like, share, and subscribe. I will be streaming on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. The green, purple platform, red platform. And just stop in, have a fun time. We do some trash talking a little bit, just keep it strictly in the game and not necessarily outside, just do what you gotta do in the game. Enjoy the season one content, enjoy the battle royale, do what you gotta do. So yeah, I am out. They should just nah, I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna say they should make smoke like just like have a timer instead of just like kinetic back, but nah, other battlefields had that, especially BF4. So, yeah, and I'm respawning because like bro, these dudes is my butt. Like every time I get a read, bro, I got like a high value target on me. Like look at that. Can I breathe, bro? Nah, let me breathe, man. I'm coming for you. Like dang, not a high value target. No, I don't want to be. Leave me alone. Oh.